All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today we are trying the second grind spot for Adania Part 2. It's over here, and yeah, I should be okay, but the timers are pretty tight on this spot in terms of like clear speed. But with that said, yeah, let me make sure everything is on. Let me show you what we have before we start. So this is what we're using. Crystal wise, we got one of the new decimations. We got the Han. In terms of like Lightstones and everything, we're just using straight up Adania one. I probably could use back attack and vicious shadows, but I'm not 100% overcapped on that one. So, and then Reforged, we have one Han AP, and that's literally it. But with that said, let's go in. There's no one here, but just for the sake of being able to grind in peace, you never know. Turn this one on. What is the spot actually before we go in? Knockback floating. $22.92 full buffed. I can get like, yeah. We'll just use the extra over here. Vicious shadows. All right, let's go. So the way this spot works is basically you get these packs over here, and then eventually a mini boss will spawn. And then they say you have access to the other two islands or the areas. And then that's when the timer begins. Ooh, fusion shard. We need those. So we tried the first and third spot so far. Even with the 2 pen accessories, I cannot get to the AFK phase. But yeah, I don't really like this spot. I've done a little bit of testing before when I was undercapped, and I would rather grind the third spot, even if it's less loot an hour. Silver is not the bottleneck for these spots right now. It's the Twilight accessories that everyone needs. So then we get the mini Dracania boss. It actually kind of hurts a little bit, so just be careful. When you do 100 and it does like no damage. So we have authority over 2 mines. What does that mean? We get to go to this one, and then you see how on our thing we have a buff right here, the watchful gaze. That's our timer, otherwise we fail the AFK phase. We have to get to the third island before then, or I guess the second in this case, which is a very tight timer watching over these things. As far as I know, you cannot pull them into the second pack. You just have to straight DPS check. If we get one Twilight Ring accessory, we'll do a tap after this hour. So at 4 out of 5. So we have to do, I think, 2 cycles. We have a minute to do this. Oh my god. How do you, like... Jeez. Okay, so that means you go to the 3rd island. And then you're free to damage them here. But, like, we have 20 seconds left. I don't know if that means we pass, but we'll find out. Because this is very strict timing. Are people full clearing to the boss in 5 minutes from here? Or am I just bad? Like, straight up. It's rough. Or is that 5-minute timer just to get to the 3rd island, or the one we're on now? I always feel like I'm leaving loot behind just because they have, like, delayed spawns. I think even if you're undercapped in this spot, you try the 3rd one, because that one at least feels a little bit smoother, if that makes sense. be last one till boss, I think. But yeah, these timers are sketch, and you never know when they're just gonna straight up reset. You know you did it right when you see a dragon. Please stay still. Please don't jump in the water. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the quote-unquote AFK phase. However, I believe you can attack them, which is weird, but then you get the loot. I don't. This spot in general is kind of wonk. One accessory, please. So this is the spot, in case you guys don't know. It is this one. It drops ring and earring. Of course, all the relevant stuff. This is all we want. A ring, earring. If we can get a purple dye, those are going down in price at like a rapid rate. But, you know, that would be cool. Get any accessories. Bunch of cool stuff. Aside from that, I think my home is probably the third spot. I can't overclear yet, but it's smoother. All right, well, that's a cycle. I think it took about 13 minutes-ish. The fact that they stun you, like, lowers your combos. So do you focus the Overseer first, and that's what spawns it? Is that what you have to do? Because if so, we focused the Overseer first. That one is also the tankiest one. One knowledge, please. All right. 3-minute timer starts. spot stresses me out. Even though I know I can do it, it's just having it's like, here's a countdown timer before you fail. Good luck. Usually I lock my 100%, but I feel like it's important to use it in these new spots. Oh, they spread out a little bit. Group up. So what you want to see is you look for the message, the text that says like work is suspended, and that means you go to the third island. Thank God, dude, we had 20 seconds to spare. Oh my God. Everything about this spot is clunky. Timers are kind of tight. Things have weird respawn delays. I don't even know if I'm getting all the loot. Basically, you do 2 cycles per island. Then you fight the boss. First island, 1 cycle, mini boss. Second island, 2 cycles. Third island, 2. And then main plus AFK phase. What a scam. Purple sovereign die. But for the armor. That's not an accessory. Where are you going? This spot is so clunky. And then, like, this is the problem. You guys know Tenebrom, right? The other spot. When they dropped a loot, you can't just stand there. You have to, like, run in circles. That's the problem. This is not a reward. I would rather just start the cycle over again and have more loot drop from the final dragon than this dumb AFK phase will have to run around in circles. Like, see? All the loot back here. All right, well, I think we can get like 4 cycles an hour without min-maxing. But I at least want to see if I can get 1 accessory this hour. Whatever that may be. Hopefully a ring, not an earring. The stun rate for melees is pretty high. One knowledge, please. Let's go. I might fail that one, actually. I missed one, and I don't know what happened to it. This is why you do them in a circle and not across the map when you mess up. Oh, nighttime. Dude, we cleared that one. That is a very tight timer, even for overcapped AP. Good lord. Probably should have held that 3-minute. No, I want an accessory. No more bond crystals, please. I don't know what triggers the orders. We get one ring. I'll do a tap after this hour. Oh my god, almost died. We're good. Monkey boss. Dude, what is that loot? 10 black stones. Oh my god, 405 AP spot, by the way. Holy. 5 Capris, 10 black stones, and 12 dust. And I have to pick up my own loot. Look at all these red things. This spot was hard. The 421. That was such a lame AFK face. Oh yeah, it's also nighttime. Things hurt more. I would recommend people, honestly, if you can do the first spot, stay at the first spot. And if you are barely meeting the timers on this, just try to go to the third spot. That doesn't sound efficient, but it feels smoother. Just trust me on that one. Or you can watch my video that I did on the third spot, and you can see it for yourself. Hello, we meet again. Oh my god, she does so much damage. And has no loot. This is the most stressful island for me. Not that anything's different, it's just I see a timer buff on me. Hello, porters. You ain't making it to the middle. Not on my watch. No, bond shard, please. Just one accessory. Bad. I got so turned around. We had more time this time by like 10 seconds. Hello? Okay, so one more full cycle and boss again. That'll be 4 for the hour. We're really about to go this entire hour without any Twilight accessories. Why they have to be on the opposite side? Why does the dragon have to be there? Dude, 100s do nothing. Dude, we got the exact same loot. 12 Blackstones. Ugh. Okay. Oh my god. I'm convinced there's actually something wrong with this spot. This first spot and the third one give such better loot, or not necessarily more silver, but loot is higher. At least that's what it feels like. Oh my god. Help. Dude, if Dracania did that, I would probably swap mains and tag it. One accessory, please. Dude, that overseer that knocks you back is the one you really got to watch out for, because that interrupts your actions. Oh, thank God. We'll do a tap after this hour. I was a little bit slower on this one. Yeah, after this one, I'm just going back to the third spot. I feel like there's something wrong with it, but I can't prove it. That's the only thing. This spot, something is off with it. One more cycle. Can we do the cycle in 4 minutes before buffs run out? If so, that's the 5 cycle. Nice, I need Neb fragments. See, that's the problem. My loot was over there. What's happening? He was like chasing me. We got less Capris and less dust this time. I guess it doesn't work during AFK. Okay, well, we don't have time. We actually just finished the hour. Yeah, so that was it. 5 cycles. We did 12,000 trash, no agris, and a bunch of other stuff. I will say that this spot is... there's something weird about it, and I don't know how to really describe it. But, you know, if you could do the first or third spot, those are fine. Yeah, so... anyway, with that said, it's time to do a tap. Wait, hold on. Am I missing something? Capris, 10. Oh, wait, we need 4 more. That was ring, right? $20.8 on a 258 stack, or 20.3 on a 226. They're like the same thing, but one is like 30 stacks higher. I'll take the higher one because I just don't want things to go. Didn't even go. All right, well, anyway, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Also, before we wrap up, if you are thinking about buying any pearls or game packages, use my code. It's on screen. Always appreciated, never required. As long as you guys are learning something or having a good time here, that's all that matters. But we do have a creator event going on for the next like 2 months, I believe, or a little bit under. And so I got a small commission if you guys decide to use my code and buy pearls or anything. So always appreciated. If you do, be sure to drop in the comments and let me know. Or you can join my Discord, send me a message so I can thank you personally. And I always appreciate it. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.